This time with your mom as a single mother, you were in Venice?
Yes.
Okay.
I was living in my neighborhood at that time.
How was it back then? I mean, what years are we talking? Are we talking 70s?
We're talking about, 70s, late 70s.
Late 70s.
Early 80s. You know, and then, at that time, man, gangbanging was hard, bro. It was on. Moms she was just doing what she could do to provide, put, food on the table and all that stuff. But at that age, you think you're invincible. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing gonna... I used to think, like, 50 years old, I'll never be 50 years old. I'll be dead before then, That's the mentality we had at that time, as far as gangbanging and all that stuff. Time went on and started getting a little older, hit junior high school, gangbanging, and, one thing led to another, and there I go. I'm in juvenile hall and on my way to California Youth Authority.
And what got you in that direction of going to the Youth Authority?
I'm gonna keep it real 100%, bro. In my mind and in my heart, I was being a follower, bro. I was being a follower, I wasn't being my own man. I was listening to other people and trying to be like them. I didn't really understand what was going on. I mean, I understood that I'm in a gang, but at the same time, this was back in the days. Everything was different.
Yeah.
It's not like now. Everybody got their little, their pantalones all, It was different back then. You have a pair of Levi's, you might wear them a couple of days, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have a lot of money, Holmes,
Yeah.
So, you trying to put the work in and, be down. But see, you're focusing on that than what you're really doing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So, I didn't really know, bro. So, I was just following the next man, So, there we go, gang banging and stuff. And I got caught up in a assault and just trying to make some money, just to get high,
Yeah.
And that's when I got introduced to PCP. That was a lot of, that was the main thing at that time.
Yeah.
PCP and heroin too, but those are for the older guys. I was just still a kid, you know what I mean? So I got into that, and that's what I went to California Youth Authority for.
How old were you when you went in there?
I was about 13, turning 14, and I ended up getting busted for what I just told you. And I ended up going to Central Juvenile Hall. But at that time, I was hanging around with a lot of older people. You know what I'm saying? My crime partners were already 18.
Gotcha.
So when I ended up going to court, they were like, this dude's already running around with 18-year-olds. You know what I mean? He's in it to win it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to listen. He's already, how they think of us.
Yeah.
So there I go. They sent me on a 90-day observation to California Youth Authority. And as soon as I walk in, I run into, an amiga, and we get busy. And then that's it. Once you do that, they're pretty much gonna accept you.
What year was this?
This was like it was 79 turning 80.
How did you feel walking into these environments at such a young age?
Okay, well, by that time, like I said, remember I told you a minute ago, I was being a follower as far as doing all the crimes and stuff. By that time, I was already being seasonedly trained. You get what I'm saying? By my older homies.
Sir.
When you get there, you just handle your business straight up. Anybody tells you anything, you just bomb on them.
Yeah.
Handle your business. Whatever happens after that, so what? End up in the hole. That's part of doing time. So that was in my mente. So that's what happened. As soon as I get there, run into an enemy and get busy, and here we go. Now I'm in the hole. I go back to court, and then they sentence me.
How much time they give you?
They gave me 6 years and 6 months.
Damn.
In California Youth Authority at the age of, I was already 14, I was 13, I turned 14.
How did you feel when you got that time? That's a lot of time for a 13, 14-year-old.
On the real, I thought it was all that. I thought I was, I was really doing something,
Yeah.
I really thought that.
Were you proud of getting the time?
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get on the phone and tell the homies, I got all this time,
Yeah.
And it's a fucked up thing to, to think about that. It's a fucked up thing to think, because you're just a kid, bro, But at that time, I didn't know that.
It's a badge of honor.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what a lot of gente don't understand that about us. You know what I mean? They don't understand the way we grow up, the way we, the things that we learn growing up, the way we see things, and they don't understand that. You know what I mean? So that's it's messed up, bro. And that's why I'm out here now on this podcast to tell you it's a bunch of bull. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, the way we grew up, I don't mean it like that, like it's a bunch of bull, but I mean I don't want nobody to get the sense of thinking that, by doing that, you're all that. It's not, bro. It's not. you know?
But you had to learn the hard way.
Exactly.